Good afternoon. I'm forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams. This is our Windsor sky cam. You can't see anything. You can't even see the skyline of Metro Detroit as the snow is coming down hard and it's starting to add up. Temperatures just at freezing. We'll talk about what's ahead for the next several hours coming up.
All right, Kim, a busy afternoon. We are buckled up and ready for our first serious brush with a winter storm this year. You can see the snow coming down in Bloomfield Township. We are going to show you as many locations as we can throughout the afternoon and evening. First at 4 starts now.
Local 4 News starts now with a forewarned weather alert.
Right now, a tricky winter storm is moving in. This storm will have a little bit of everything. Snow, rain, high winds. Take a look. We've got a crew on the road. As the evening drive is being affected, you definitely need to be very, very careful. You see that the lanes there are getting covered in snow and traffic is slowing down. This is a live look at downtown Detroit. Snow is flying at Campus Martius. Take a look at that. You can see the tree there a little bit, but man, it is just really hard to see from our tower cam. Visibility is an issue in some areas. Now, let's move over to Livonia. See the very latest situation there in Wayne County. Our crew is near 5 Mile and Merriman. Taking that turn right now, the windshield getting really wet and kind of a mess there with the snow that kind of hits and then almost turns into raindrops. We're in that really critical time of a temperature of 33 degrees. We're monitoring conditions throughout Metro Detroit for the next 30 minutes and beyond. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. We've been counting down to the storm for a few days now. Some schools are canceling afternoon activities. Smart is modifying bus routes. Definitely one of those nights you definitely want to call ahead. Check those sports apps. I know my kids' practices were just all canceled this evening, so it is a very busy, changing night for all of us. Let's head over to meteorologist Kim Adams for the very latest. Where do things stand?
Well, this storm came in right on time, almost down to the minute. Snow is now across all of Metro Detroit. We knew this was going to be a slippery evening commute. And we also know that instead of temperatures falling, they will start to rise as we go through the next several hours. So this snow will change over to rain by about 8 o'clock tonight. But right now it is snowing all over Metro Detroit. It's a very wet, heavy snow, and it is starting to accumulate. Let's talk temperatures because they are key. 35 at City Airport, but down to 33 now in Pontiac, Ann Arbor, freezing in Howell. Metro's 33 in Monroe. So as that snow accumulates on the roads, even though it's not a hard freeze, it's definitely getting slushy and those roads are getting slippery. A winter weather advisory is in effect until 7 p.m. tomorrow. So what's going to happen over the next several hours is that rain's going to change over, that snow's going to change to rain, then back over to snow again, and the winds are going to be picking up. And that's when we're very, very concerned about the power outages. So if you see rain tonight, don't think, well, that's it, we're over with. This storm has a long way to go before we're completely finished. And we're not the only ones. Certainly not the time to head up north. Blizzard warning for Alpena, winter storm warning everywhere else. And again, we are under that winter weather advisory. That means that conditions are treacherous for driving. As we go throughout the next several hours, we're going to continue to update you on the forecast, and coming up, we'll talk more about the weekend ahead and how high those winds are going to be and how much more snow we're expecting with this storm. Karen?
We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Kim. Now, as we move forward, watch for the radar in a box at the bottom of your screen, along with expected snow totals, and then when the snow could change actually to rain. We're going to take it down during our weather reports, but definitely some very important information there. Okay, right now, let's check on the roads. Priya Mann is at I-94 heading from our station downtown. She's headed west towards Ann Arbor. Priya, exactly where are you right this moment, and what's the situation?
Hey Karen, we are in Taylor heading toward Ann Arbor. I want to show you what we're looking at. Conditions out here have been deteriorating even in the past 30 minutes. The snow that we're looking at is a thick, wet, slushy snow. It's really starting to accumulate. We are only about a quarter mile of visibility at this point and traveling at about 25 miles an hour. I can tell you that a lot of drivers here are giving one another space. It's a slow go out here. You can really start to see that snow accumulating, and we've already seen one truck in the ditch. So drivers really need to take their time, just go slowly out here. But again, that snow is very, very thick right now. It's coming down quickly and accumulating quickly. We're going to continue to be driving all over Metro Detroit, Karen, as we make our way to Ann Arbor. But again, if you are heading out on the road, just make sure you go slow and give yourself some extra time. In Taylor, I'm Priya Mann. I'll send it back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Priya. And of course, to you and the crew, be safe. Utility companies in Michigan, they're telling us they're being as proactive as possible to help us ride out the storm. Today, we heard from DTE and Consumers Energy. Consumers says 400 contract crews from as far as Colorado are ready right now to respond to any problems. DTE says it has 1,100 linemen ready to help with power restoration as needed. It also warns you to stay at least 25 feet or the length of a school bus away from any downed power lines. And if you use a portable generator, keep it outside. It should be away from doors and windows because it emits carbon monoxide. DTE says it understands that losing power is really challenging.
If a customer does experience an outage, please know we do understand how disruptive and uncomfortable it is to be without power, and everyone at DTE is committed to getting your service restored as quickly and as safely as possible.
Some long days ahead. We're monitoring weather and road conditions right now. Stay tuned for updates, including a new live drive at 5. At 6, making money and saving money. We're going to dive into the economic impact this winter is having on businesses and taxpayers. Continuing coverage at 5 and 6. In other news, on your Friday afternoon, Detroit police investigating a gunfight. It happened over in the city's west side, and it left a police officer and 2 others injured. Police say a suppressed shot spotter told them shots were being fired inside a building over on Burt Road last night. They responded to that home near Davison West and I-96. And when they got inside, officers say they traded gunfire with 2 others. Right now, investigators are working to determine whose bullets hit the 3 people involved. Also, why shots were being fired in the first place. The officer and the 2 others are all expected to recover. City's police chief says his teams are all in and all prepared for the Detroit Lions playoff game over on Sunday. Chief James White spoke to reporters a few hours ago. Says the city has traffic and crime plans in place, just like it's been doing throughout the season. He is reminding guests no weapons are allowed in Ford Field, and there are metal detectors at the stadium. Plus, no open alcohol as you walk around downtown. The chief recommends leaving early for the game because of more dicey weather. Also, pay close attention to when you park.
Find legal parking throughout the city and throughout the downtown area. Those parking lots should have an attendant in them, and that attendant will be wearing either a vest or markings that identify them as an attendant. Lock your vehicle and have a great time and be super loud once you get inside Ford Field.
Good advice. By the way, if you think there's any scams out there, shoot us an email. We'll check it out in terms of parking. Police chief plans to be inside Ford Field. He's watching the game himself, so don't forget, if you can't go to the game, you can see it right here on Local 4. Our pregame special kicks off at 6:30. Then watch the Lions versus the Rams, and stay tuned for all of the postgame reaction, all here on Local 4. Well, many kids out there have been missing the traditional winter fun that usually happens this time of year in Michigan. But the winter park over at Bowers School Farm is one place that doesn't count out on Old Man Winter to deliver the fun. Paula Tutman live over in Bloomfield Township. And Paula, the timing of this storm is really kind of ironic.
Yeah, it really is ironic. Well, first of all, I just want to be a kid again because they're like going up that hill. Cardio? What cardio? Yeah, the thing is that this is a winter park and they've really made it an art to have fun no matter what's going on in our crazy Michigan weather. And you're going to see the difference when we show you what it was like here this morning.
No snow, no problem. That's the motto of the winter park at Bowers School Farm at the corner of Adams and Square Lake. This is snow tubing, with or without the snow.
This product called M-Snow, it's made from recycled construction barrels. We think we did the math, and there's like 161,000 pounds of plastic saved from going in the landfill by being recycled into this product that we get to go tubing on, whether there's snow or no snow.
S'mores are being toasted. Families are sitting by the fire, and this was before the first flake even fell. That's because for 2 months out of the year, through the end of February, this 93-acre working farm has figured out how to get people outdoors. Rain, snow, sun, and even at night. A highlight, no doubt, that's snow tubing.
Our first time here, they were a little nervous because the hill looks intimidating, but they went down and then they were hooked, so they loved it.
It's just like it turns around, and so first you're like going down, and then it turns around and around.
This was my first time actually. So I just got my first experience. I was scared at first, but it was really fun. I had a good time.
Why were you scared?
It was like I wasn't expecting it at first for it to turn around, but then it was just like I had a lot of fun.
Every quadrant of the farm creates a different atmosphere that celebrates nature in winter, no matter what winter is doing or not doing.
Here at the Winter Park, we give them something close to home to get outside, physical activity, and have fun with the family.
And when it gets cold outside, the farm store has hot chocolate donuts, grilled cheese, and the food is actually grown on the farm.
Yeah, you know what's funny is their phones have been ringing off the hook all day because some kids got out of school early and they're like, hey, are you open? They're like, yeah, we're open Wednesday through Sunday. Open tonight till on the weekends till 10, school nights till 9, completely free to get in, except for the tubing, $17 for an hour. Good luck making it to that hour, guys.
That place is so fun. I have spent many a time there with my kiddos. It's so darn cool. So I love that you're going live there.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Looks like you're having fun. All that snow. Happy Friday, Paula.
Always, yeah.
Always.
Happy Friday.